Hello, my name is John Gonzalez Del Solar from ukefan.com, and I'm just going to do a quick lesson today on a concept called punctuated strumming. And what that is a technique of strategically muting strings, and by muting I mean stopping the strings from ringing. Like when you strike a chord, typically you want to hear the strings ring out. Now this is kind of the opposite of that, where we're creating this sort of dead sounding percussive strum. So you're sort of controlling almost like an on and off switch, the chord being on versus the chord being off. And there's a lot of reasons why you might decide to do that. One is rhythmic variety, so just to create a very different sounding rhythm, like say you were strumming a lot of C and then started punctuating that. It creates a contrast to that, even though it's the same chord. Another reason is just to create accents in a specific way, like if you wanted to match a vocal pattern or match some other element to try to recreate a song more accurately. Also, it gives you a clarity of rhythm. Really clarifies that rhythmic idea as opposed to just the open strumming of it. It also allows you to create a more obvious form of a song. For example, if the chorus to a song had the same chords as the verse of the song, or the intro was the same chords as the verse, it would allow you to play the chords correctly but create something that sounds like a different section. And I think that's an advantage when you're playing a song, even if you weren't singing or no one was playing the melody, if the listener could hear the different sections of the form of the song. And this sort of strumming variety helps to promote that. So the next obvious question is, how do you do it? How do you create these punctuated strum patterns? You can do it with any chord. What I'm going to focus on today is the bar chord method. And that's going to apply to just any bar chord on ukulele. A bar chord is basically where you're flopping your finger across the strings and creating this bar. And you may have other fingers in front of it. There's lots of different bar chord shapes, and we'll look at some of those today. The advantage of this is that you're touching all the strings. So when you go to mute the strings, you already have a finger on every string, so you can silence that string, whereas with an open chord, you have to be creative with your other fingers to flop them over and silence the strings. So the chord we're going to look at in this section is going to be the C minor. And the way to do that is just take your first finger, put it across all the strings at the 3rd fret, and push that thing down. I'm not squeezing super hard like I'm trying to crush a brick or something. I'm allowing some of the gravity of my arm to fret the notes. Like, you do have to press into the fingerboard a bit, but you don't want to squeeze it super hard like the Incredible Hulk or something. Just enough. Roll your finger around and get a nice smooth connection. So there's our C minor 7. And you can see this finger is, it's sort of on top of that. It's not really pushing down like to create a ton of pressure. It's just sort of stabilizing things. And I think about this very much like a light switch, as if it's on or off, right? On is all the strings ringing, and for the off position, all I'm doing is releasing pressure. I'm not taking my finger off the strings, because then the strings will ring like that, but it's like they're bouncing on a trampoline. But not leaving the surface of the trampoline. On, and then just let it up just enough, continue touching, nothing's ringing, and then you can very quickly toggle between on and off, on, off, just like that. And this is a good time to mention, obviously I have a strap on this. I have installed strap buttons on this ukulele. That's a great advantage when you're working on punctuated strumming, because it alleviates the need to hold the neck of the instrument up while you're playing. If you're simultaneously juggling the responsibility of keeping the neck from falling and keeping it in a comfortable place with this on and off light switch, it's really difficult to do. The strap keeps it in a good playing position. I highly recommend using this. You should be able to get buttons installed inexpensively at any music store. So now let's take a look at a few examples. We're going to be using our C minor chord, and this first one's just going to be all muted. We're going to be counting, these are going to be quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just getting comfortable with the off position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm tapping my foot in time. I'm also verbalizing the rhythm, counting to 4, and strumming at the same time. This little trio of coordination, I think, really helps to ingrain the rhythm and ultimately makes everything a little bit easier coordinationally. So here it is one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's move on now to our second example. And at this point, we're going to introduce some of the on positions. We're going to start again with the C minor 7 chord, and go on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Again, tapping my foot at the same time as I'm verbalizing. Now I've substituted on and off for 1, 2, 3, and 4. You could do it either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, on, off, on, off. Now let's take a look at our third example. Here we're going to introduce eighth notes. So we're going to be subdividing the previous beats. So now we're going to have an up strum. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here let's take a look at this pattern. Again, the C minor 7 chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on, off, 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 off. So it gets a little more difficult with the faster strumming pattern with the added up strums and the eighth notes. But this is going to be crucial for the next section. This is where the rhythmic stuff gets really cool. So here in this section we're going to look at some more complicated rhythms. But first let's take a minute to talk about the subdivisions that we're going to be using. The smallest subdivisions are going to be quarter notes, where you have one strum per beat. So it'd be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then repeat 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next division would be to eighth notes, where now we're dividing that in half. So now we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To take that one step further, we're going to go to 16th notes, which is what we're going to be using for the following examples. Now we're splitting each quarter note into 4 beats, so we're going to apply different syllables to them. It's going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then we're going to apply the muting technique to this for the punctuated strumming. So you're going to end up with 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so get comfortable with that. Get comfortable counting the rhythms and learning the syllables that apply to them, because that's going to be really useful. So now that we've talked about some of the subdivisions we're going to be using, let's talk about syncopation. The patterns that we're going to be using are called syncopated patterns. And what that means is we're going to be breaking up the expected groupings of 4, because we're in 4/4, dividing each beat into 4 beats. We're going to superimpose groups of 3 over that. Well, it momentarily suggests a different meter, something that's related to the number 3 over it. First, let's take a look at a 4/4 pattern and look at the standard groupings of 4, where we'll have something like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so we're basically counting 4 subdivisions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a syncopated pattern would have some groupings of 3 put into the mix. For example, you may have something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're always going to have a combination of 3s and 2s or 3s and 4s, just so mathematically it'll add up to 16. For example, if you have 4 beats subdivided into 4 subdivisions, you have 16 subdivisions total. If we add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, then that still equals 16. So it allows us to superimpose subdivisions of 3 over it. One more time, that'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's very much what I was doing at the example, in the example at the beginning of this video. I was, instead of playing a C minor chord, I was playing C major, which looks like this. And I was using this 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 pattern. So it was just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I was changing chords as it went, and it sounded something like this. So the only thing I did differently there is I went 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 on the C major chord. And then when I got to the 2 plus 2, I changed to this G7 chord, which looks like that. So it sounded like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the second time around, instead of the G7, I moved up here to a G7 that was right there, and then to an F7 that was 2 frets behind it. So the second part of that went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the whole thing played together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll play it without talking. So now let's look at a little shorter pattern. This one's going to be over 8 subdivisions, so it's going to happen over 1E and 2E, and but we're going to have 3 plus 3 plus 2, which also equals 8. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. On, off, off, on, off, off, on, off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. On, off, off, on, off, off, on, off. So that was what I played in the second half of that little intro at the beginning of this. And it was over the chords C major. Then I'm going to add my pinky right there at the bottom, and that's an A minor. Then the next chord is going to be a D minor, right there at 5th fret. Then we have this G7, barred at the 7th. So it's going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now I'll play that without talking. So now let's talk about the ending of the video intro. We're going to be using the 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 pattern. And it's really going to be over this C major chord. The only thing is I'm going to add some extra notes with my pinky. So the first grouping of 3 is just going to be regular C major. 1, 2, 3, or on, off, off. Now I'm going to put my pinky down at the 6th fret on the E string. So that's going to sound like this. On, off, off. So C, then pinky down, 6th fret on the E string, which really is a C7. Now I'm going to pull that pinky to the 5th fret on the E string, making an A minor chord. Then we're going to end back at the C major. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we just have to fill up our 2 plus 2 at the end of this pattern. And I'm just going to make a regular old G7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, ending on C. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, landing on 1. So now I'll play the video intro one more time, and now that we've talked about some of the punctuated strumming, some of it should make sense to you. Take a listen.